Hello everyone. I use this medium to welcome you once again to our 50 life skills that is meant for everyone in 21st century. We have looked at the first episode under housekeeping skill, the second episode technical skill, the third episode survival skill, while the fourth episode money management skills. Money, as you can define it by layman, it is anything that is generally accepted as a medium of exchange, either for goods or services. Money plays an active role in our daily lives. In fact, without money, life may cease to continue to some extent. So it means that money is very crucial in our lives. To get money is quite different from how to manage the money. Mind you, anybody who cannot manage little money will find it difficult to manage huge money. If you find it difficult to manage the little amount you receive as your salary, it will be very difficult to manage such money when you are receiving even millions or billions, so to say. So money management skill has nothing to do with I read economics. I do not have knowledge of financial accounting. No, it has to do with the level of you understanding the concept of money and also how to make use of that money effectively. So money management will be looked under 10 beautiful diets. And the first one is how to make a budget. How to make a budget. Normally, if you look at it from the standard meaning, budget can be classified under balanced budget, surplus budget, or deficit budget. But on a layman level, if you want to have a budget, what you are simply saying is that you have an engagement, a wedding, a party, or any other thing. Then you need to look at what are the income and also what will be the expenses for that program. If the income is more than the expenses, you are having surplus budget. But if all the expenses are more than the expected income or the generated money, you have deficit budget. But if the income equates your expenses, you have balanced. But what we are saying here is, how do you make a budget? To make a budget is very important, is in the sense that you have an engagement. And for you to do the engagement, you are meant to spend, permit me, 500,000 naira. What that one is saying is that all your expenses must never be more than 500,000 naira. But sometimes you may be allowed to do your calculation more than that. so that you will not be short of necessary things, but you guide against spending more than that money. What we are saying is how to manage the money. But to some people, they don't have this knowledge. What they know is that, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that. So under money management skill, budget is very important, very crucial. When you make a budget, you'll be able to think about how to rationalize your spending so that you will not spend more than necessary. Some people, after engaging in one party or one program or the other, they will now sit down. What will now occur to them is that, oh, they have to balance Mr. A, Mrs. B. Why? Because they were unable to plan effectively before the commencement of that program. So money management skill teaches you how to make budget. And number 2 is how to avoid or get out of debts. Debt is what you earn by afternoon and worries you by night. Debt has been said by some experts that there's no how you live on earth without you owing. But it is possible for you to owe in a minimum standard, not you owing exorbitantly. So how will you avoid debts? That is not planning beyond your expectation. You are expecting 100,000 naira. You don't need to spend more than that. In fact, you spend below that. Why do people spend more than their income? It's because they cannot differentiate between their needs and their wants. There are some things that we can do away with them. Not necessarily we have them at that particular time. But when the time arises for us to have such things, we can easily get them. That is how to avoid debts. And also, my friend is riding a car. I need to get one. He might be having a car. If the car that he is having serves as income to him, so shall it be. But sometimes you can have a car, while such car will be a liability to you. In fact, if your car is a liability to you, there is no need of you getting such car. Because in Africa, in Nigeria, we get a car because we want to be part of them. We don't think about getting a car because of necessity. So car or any other medium of transportation is needed when there is need for such. So you don't, because your friend has gotten one, you too must get one. No, if you are doing that, you'll be running into debts. So to avoid debt means that differentiate between your needs and your wants so that you will not run into debts. And number 3 diet under this is how to balance your bank account. Many of us do not know how to reconcile our accounts daily, weekly, monthly. You are having a bank account with either one bank or 2 banks or many more, or let's cut it down to 1. You need to know how much balance you have overnight before the following morning. Then the following morning, if 1 naira has been deducted from your bank account, you can easily identify that. Either you have purchased something online using transfer, or you have used your your credit card for something else. So if you have used your credit card for something, that means you will be charged for that. So to balance your account, either you can do that for a month. All the e-statement that you do receive from your bank, you can easily reconcile that with what you have left in your bank. So 1 naira to you today might not be very important, but mind you, that 1 naira, if you invest that 1 naira against tomorrow, you see that money is a great money. So you need to reconcile your bank account almost every time, so that you know you are still under money management. That is not stinginess. That is not a crazy attitude. No, all you are doing is you are managing your money, because you worked and you suffered for such money. Then if you want to manage it properly, that's what we call money management tips. And for you to get that one, you need to know how to use Excel package effectively. Under Microsoft package, you have many platforms at which you can make use of Microsoft. You have WPS, sometimes you have PDF, you have Excel, you have and many more. So, but you need to know how to make use of Excel. Excel is a package under Microsoft package. So try all possible best to learn how to make use of Excel package effectively, because with Excel you can easily draw a T format, whereby from the T format you can have your income by the left, then expenses by the right. So then you have all the items, how the money is being spent periodically. Then apart from that, if you want to manage your money effectively, you have how to organize financial records. Your financial records, the simplest way I can reconcile this or explain this to you is what you call, how can you reconcile your bank account with your present bank bank balance. So if you can reconcile both of them, what you are still doing is still under money management. Then the next one, which I may emphasize so well on it, is money management and investment. This is a big task almost on everyone. We don't know how to invest our money. In one of my series where I have talked about how money works, money is not that physical cash that you are earning. There are some spirits, I'm not talking about demon, mind you, there are some financial spirits about how to manage your money. To manage your money effectively, you need to commit yourself to some sacrifice. Sacrifice in the sense that you don't spend money anyhow. So you need to get something about how money works. So how can you now manage your money and invest the money? Whatever you earn now, you think about the future. The future in the sense that how can you invest what you have now? In any locality, there are many opportunities that are lying idle without being known. So for you to know such, that means you need to invest on such idle opportunities in that area. So you need to get how money works. Very important, because if you don't know how money works, then all you'll be doing is spending money anyhow without knowing how to invest such money. So investment is very crucial, especially when the value of money is being affected, as we do have it in Nigeria almost every time. Our inflationary rates is nothing to write home about. So for you to get out of all this, all you need to know is how to manage your money. In fact, cultivate the habit of saving, no matter how small, by having a little amount of money that you do save almost every time. Then the next one is how to select a professional tax auditor, or how to select a tax professional. That is when you have a business of your choice, then in order for you not to be overtaxed or not to be overcharged by government, all you need to do is to get a professional tax expert. Such person will now put you right and guide you on how to file your tax appropriation documents. So, but sometimes all business owners do not know something about CSR, corporate social responsibilities. The more you have your corporate social responsibilities, the more your tax level will be reduced, because whatever you do to the community where you have your business, the area where your business is located, you file all this. So when you want to pay your tax, the government will reduce your tax for you. That's another aspect of you managing your money. Then apart from that, there's something called effective negotiation skill. Negotiation comes between two people, A and B. Then for you to negotiate on a particular thing, that means you must have the skill. I have dwelled so much about that in one of my series where I explained all the tactics about negotiation skill. But for you to manage your money effectively, you need to know how to negotiate, either by buying and how to sell, so that you will not be overbuying and also not be overselling. It might sound so funny that if I oversell, that means I'm having more. So you need to strike balance between both. Then for you to have good money management skill, you need to have what is called calculation tips. For those of you who run away from calculation is very important. You need to get yourself acquainted with how to calculate. When you have the habit of calculation, you can calculate well, then you may not have any issue when it comes to money management skill, because for you to manage your money effectively, calculation is required. Then the last one is how to make a major purchase without conflict. How to make a major purchase without conflict. That is, how do you buy and how do you sell? Buying in a tough time is different from buying in a convenient economic time. So when you are buying in a tough economic time, what you are doing there is how can you buy in such avenue or in such time where you know how to buy in a tough economic time, what you are doing there is money management skill. Just to give you few tips about that, buying in a tough economic time, that means you buy in bulk. In tough economic time, if you buy in units, you are wasting your money. But in a tough economic time, if you buy in bulk, you are saving money. It might be difficult, but you are saving money, because if you buy something today in a tough economic time, if you go to the market to buy such tomorrow, what you have is additional money being attached to that. So you need to have all the skills. So money management skills is essential for you and I in 21st century. Thank you for your time.